What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here, and we are back in Gold Rush, and some changes have been made since the last time we started. You can see up in the corner that the slight UI change, so there are seasons now, which I guess you can go through. I don't know when a season ends, but I am on day 48, which is, you can see that next to it, so I'm season 1, day 48. I might kind of set this up so that I do a certain amount of days for every season. I don't know, but I've got a lot of money. I have somewhat utilized the little cheaty thing, but when I logged in today after the update, the gold value has changed. Number one, I think the amount of gold you can receive in the game has changed. Same with the workers have changed their values or whatever. Each gram of gold, I think, is changed. It used to be in ounces, now I think it's in grams. So, I mean, technically there's a conversion and all that stuff there, but I think it's similar. However, the gold I had in the last episode, was converted, so when I actually turned it in, it ended up being over $100,000 worth of gold, which I'm pretty sure that was not the case when I logged. I don't know. Anyways, but I have a lot of money. I have $300,000 to work with at this point. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna head in here, and you already right off the bat can see some changes. This is where you buy all of your heavy equipment. This is the thing that was under the tarp, but a lot of things got moved around in here. Well, not a lot of things, but a few things. So this is a drilling machine, so you can now drill for gold, so you can actually see, I guess, sweet spots on your parcel where the gold is. That's pretty interesting. I'm not going to get into this probably until we're on another parcel, so that we can, number one, set things up a little bit better on a new parcel, and number two, I think the larger ones the other ones are a little bit larger, or at least we can set things up a little bit more appropriately. I want to kind of pre-plan the other parcels out a little bit better than the one I did this time around, but there's a drilling machine we can work with. Apparently there's going to be DLC for this game, because some of the things we're going to take a look at has a sign that says available in DLC, and if you click on it, it says the DLC will be out in January. Would you like to add it to your Steam wish list or whatever? And you can if you want to. Being someone who purchased this in its beta phase, I kind of wish that they might include that for their supporters, to get them to to a fully released game. However, I kind of understand the game isn't all that expensive, so I don't know. I would see once they become full access, maybe then you could buy the DLC, but I feel like when you're making a game without the people backing the game, you probably wouldn't make it, or you probably wouldn't be as successful or even release a fully fledged game without your backers. So I feel like there should be a little bit of a reward in there, but that's just me. I know there's a lot of games, for instance the game Ark, they increased the price of the game after it was fully released, so at least I paid less for it. I don't know. But anyways, Frankenstein. This is, I guess, in the new Gold Rush series. I haven't really seen the new Gold Rush series, but I guess this is a thing now. I don't know. This looks insane and it looks super cool, but anyways, if you guys know what this is for, I would love to know, but it just looks freaking awesome. Frankenstein, that looks cool. But the dump truck, which we are probably going to get into today, we definitely have to get the front end loader, but these sluice boxes are all the same. These are all the same. So in the middle, we now have the reinforced trommel, which is part of the DLC. I'm assuming it has to do with that. We have the trommel, which we already do have. Then the old Arnold's trommel, which I don't know what that's all about, but that's apparently available in the DLC. So I'm just seeing a lot of stuff that's already prepared for the DLC, which the game technically hasn't released yet, so it's a little bit disappointing. But we got both of these. We need to get the front end loader. This went up in price quite a bit from what I remember. I'm pretty sure this went up in price. So that's a little unfortunate. Should have purchased it before I logged out last time because I had that much money. But big power generator. I'd like to get into that, but I'll probably wait till we get on to a bigger parcel because so far you guys have seen we've done pretty well with the little things we have currently. I would like to get the big fuel tank, so I'll probably get this. I mean, I have plenty of money. I'm just gonna see what I have time for. Glacial Creek. I'm not too sure what this is all about, but it does say DLC. The shaker, the D-Rocker, which I think I was looking at the patch notes. I think this can replace the shaker. I don't know why it would. Maybe you'd make a little bit more gold. Maybe it would run a little bit more efficiently or something. I'm not sure, but there's that. And then the planter, which is DLC. So, and then the gravel pump, which is also DLC. So, anyways, not too sure what that's all about. Because I did see this thing say Glacial something or other, Glacial Creek. Maybe there's going to be like a frost-based DLC place where you can, I don't know. But it seems cool. So, number one, I need to get the front end loader so that we can start doing some digging. Then the dump truck will probably come into play so that we can do this thing. So that's going to be 112,000. So we'll say 140,000 just to make numbers easy. And then this was like 112. So this is going to be like $260,000. So we'd only have about 60,000 left, which means we would have to acquire quite a bit of gold before we can buy this. However, you do see my gold is going up pretty quickly, so maybe by the time we get this all installed, we get a couple buckets through the machine, we can afford it. But let's get that started. So right off the bat, let's do... technically, I don't need these yet until we get the dump truck, but I'm going to buy them. I'm just going to buy them. Boop, boop. It'll probably be easier to dump the dirt into the conveyor belt rather than dump the dirt into the shaker right away. I don't know. Could be wrong. But and then we will buy this. Bam. And we should be good. So let's get over and get this stuff sent over to our parcel. Oops, wrong deal. 246,000. Okay, so it was not as much. It was 250,000. So we have 80,000 left. So we only need to make about 80,000 more, which we've already made who knows how much because of the gold that's been accumulating. So that's cool. Storage space. Let's move over this and this and front end loader this. Cool. Confirm. So that costs us $6,000. So that's just gonna hurt us in terms of getting that purchase, but it's alright. So the other thing that was added to the game is now you can buy the Nighthawk parcel, which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I didn't realize, because maybe it wasn't on the map before, but this water resource thing and Hogpan area, but the water resource especially, there's one water resource here in Rivertown, one water resource here where we're at, one water source up here where we're at, but we can see 3 water sources here at Nighthawk. So I'm curious if this parcel is going to be like really good for us to maybe have multiple wash plants going or something. I don't know. That seems pretty cool. So that would be, I don't know. I think that would be nice to check out eventually. But we're gonna have to go parcel by parcel and do our thing. But obviously you can see we're making quite a bit of gold already, especially while we're not working. So it probably won't take us too long to be able to move on to other parcels. I don't know. I think I think in time we'll be able to, well, I mean, like, the number of episodes so far to get this parcel up and completely complete was, I'm assuming, around 10 or so. Just from my memory, I think it's about 10 episodes. But I have a feeling that now that we're receiving a lot more money, a lot more efficiently, we could probably knock that down so the next parcel could probably take maybe 6 episodes to go from complete start to finish. And then when we're making tons and tons of gold off of that, the next parcels could take 4 or 5. And the next one, honestly, after that, if we're making tons of gold, well, we'll probably do the Nighthawk one last, because that one has, looks like, 3 different wash plants that we can install. So that one, because it's so large, might, take longer, but I don't know, I'm excited. I do want to set up every parcel to look like it's being operated while we're away before we move on to another parcel. And what I mean by that is setting up our excavators in locations so it looks like there's a worker digging on it. And then, kind of like that one is back there with the wash plant, it just kind of looks like it's actively being worked. The wash plants can look like they're kind of being worked. We'll set up our pumps and stuff, appropriately so that, it looks like it's being worked. I'm not going to package all this stuff in the back of my truck and take it with me. Yeah, there's no need for that, especially when I'm making this much money. So, anyways, let's get over into our stuff and get this going. Also, the hood or the hood scoop on my truck, I believe, was a Christmas thing. I was in town and there was a giant Christmas package sitting underneath a Christmas tree, and I clicked on it, and I didn't notice at first. I was like, what the heck did that do? I was driving around for a little bit, and I was like, wait a minute. Did my truck always have a hood scoop on it? And I'm like 99% sure it didn't. So, anyways, let's jump in here. Is there gas? Oh, there might not be gas in it. Oh, there is a little bit of gas in it. Okay, I always forget. Every time I buy a new thing, I'm like, is there gas in this thing? Okay. So we have this. First, we're going to go grab a bucket full of dirt and see what happens. This thing is a little bit squirrely. I'm going to go get a bucket full of dirt and see what happens. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to scoop this little ridge of dirt so that we can drive up in there more realistically, I guess. Let me... Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Let's get in there like this. Let me just handbrake real quick. Let's show the controls. So, arm up, arm down, arm up, arm down. So, and then blade up, blade down. So I'm going to try and go straight in and scoop this just a little bit. See if we can get this a little bit smoother. I don't think that worked exactly how I wanted it to. Oop. So maybe like that. I think there's still a weird ridge there. There is a weird ridge there. That's alright. So let's go, not that. Let's go arm up. I don't think we have too much dirt in here, but let's go check this out real quick. Oh, did I just dump dirt? I think I dumped a little bit of dirt. Should have known. I've driven a forklift in real life. You never go with your load downhill. But anyways, let's go. That's what she said. Ha! I don't know what that meant. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's go all the way. Oh, nope, nope, nope. There we go. And then let's go up a little bit more. And then there we go. I never turned this on, so I don't know if that's probably not helping us, huh? So let me turn everything on real quick. See if oh yeah, these. So let's go Jenny. And then this pump, and I think that's all we have to turn on from what I remember. Oop. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So those all have 1%. A little bit of, some of them have 2% in it. Okay. So I think we made the mistake of dumping our dirt before everything was turned on. it makes sense that it wouldn't operate. So let's swing on back. Let's go this up. And then this down. Alright. I'm glad that's a little smoother. It may not be perfect, but eventually you want to work the parcel down here. I want to smooth out this little ridge so that we can... I didn't mean to do that. No! Am I stuck already? Okay. See if we go back. And then, there we go. Oh, come on, really? I'm slowly getting out of it. Let's wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So there we go. Let's go back. And... so this is a lot better than, let's say, the bulldozer. This thing can manage to actually get out of here, unlike the bulldozer can't. That bulldozer is pretty much stuck down here until I smooth this out, but let's just get a quick pile of dirt shoved up in our area place. Bam. So eventually I want to get this back section looking like it's being worked by like a front end loader or two, depending on, I don't know if we'll ever be able to get more than one front end loader on the same parcel. I knew before this update you could not, but that may have changed, or that might change in the future. Especially because that new parcel looks like it should be worked by multiple machines. I would like to see that happen. I'd like to see that possibility of having multiple machines on the same parcel, just to make it look like it's being worked by a crew, an entire crew, you know? So, here we go. Let's get up here. Oh. Let's go back, and then we'll probably be able to get one more little... there we go, right up in there. Let's roll back just a little bit, and then kick it straight on in, and we should be good. Alright, so handbrake. I'm going to go all the way up, and then we will tip it on down. Bam, bam. Already full, you're losing pay dirt. I don't know how fast that fills up, but... oh, look, there we go. I don't know how fast this dirt gets run through the machine, but we have a few of these with a little bit. We got a little bit of stuff down there. This is moved. If you remember in the last episode, this was over here more, but this has now been moved. It said something about a sluice box, and I'm assuming we can put a sluice box down here and a hog pan, and run through maybe the last little bit of dirt and stuff to make sure we get every little ounce of gold we can. So that would be cool. I'd like to try that. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in this episode, but I would like to I'd like to see, number one, how well this does. I want to grab one more thing of dirt real quick, and then we can get the conveyor belt and stuff installed. I think that would be pretty cool. So let's back up. Let's get our... oops, wrong button. Let's get our bucket all the way down. Ooh, let's not blast into nothing. Oops. Let's get this down here like that. It's got to be raised a little bit up off the ground. Otherwise, if I... oop, just like... wow. I lost control of my thingy. But if we go downhill with the bucket too low to the ground, then we'll stick our bucket down into the ground and scoop up some dirt that we don't want to scoop up, and then we have a hole that we can't really comb over. And then freaking we're gonna get stuck in it all the time. So, oop. That was not really intentional, but you know what? It adds a little bit of character to this bottom area. So let's. There's no way that bucket's full. So let's just go down and. Can we go... okay, bucket down, bucket all the way down. Let's get another good scoop. Is that a good scoop? Okay, so I'm assuming That's a full bucket. Oops, no. Let's go up. Tilt the bucket all the way up. Should be good. We're going to work probably this little area right here a lot with the front end loader. Well, I will, probably off camera, to kind of make it look like it's being busy worked. And we'll get a dump truck around here, and we'll just start loading up the dump truck when the time comes. But like I said, I'm going to try and get the dump truck checked out in this episode so we can check out the conveyor deal. But off camera, probably either between episodes, I will probably kind of, you know, dig out that one area, make it look like it's being constantly worked by some machines, or at least this machine. So let's get all up in here, and we should be able to go straight up. Why am I sliding backwards? I have a handbrake on. There we go. It still slides back. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go all the way up. And then I love how it says it's already full when I literally drop an ounce of dirt in the machine. So me having to kind of just tap it. See, how is it already full? Is it really going to be that slow to fill this machine? That's probably why the conveyor belt is really good, so it can constantly work. You can just pour dirt in the little holder, and then the conveyor belt will slowly do it all by itself. So, I'm assuming. Because just the way it looks like you dump it with a dump truck, and then it just kind of does its thing while you're away. So, alright, there's all that. We managed to get some dirt. Let me handbrake out. Let's go back. I'm going to let me make sure this thing is up and out of the way, because we're going to get our excavator over and work on our conveyor belt deal. But I do want to see what we managed to do when it comes to dirt. So we did 2 buckets. Oops, let me turn this off. 2 buckets. Bam, bam. Let's run right over. We did 2 buckets of our front end loader. We did 1 scoop with our other excavator at the very end of the last episode, I remember. And that's got us 6 to 7% in all 6 of our things. I don't know how much that is. I could probably wash one of them out and see how much it is, but I don't. It doesn't really matter. We'll try and get them to 100% and do those on our own time. But we'll do that, or I'll do all that digging and stuff off camera, so you guys don't have to worry about all that. But I did notice this thing was chilling here. I could have sworn I broke all my. Or not all of them, but I could have sworn I broke these, but then I found it laying around again. Same with the other one I broke last episode, so there's that. Let me bring the excavator over so we can grab the other ones. But let's do that. Get out of our handbrake. Let's get over and let's get our... I keep wanting to call them pulleys, but they're not pulleys. Pulleys are pulleys. Our attachments. They're not rope. They're not rope either. They're cable wire. Not like cable wire, but cable wire. Anyways, what the heck happened to my? What happened to that thing? My thingy's flipped over. My magnetite not separated, but my magnetite trailer is flipped over. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. All right, I'm getting the hang of this game for sure. Okay, so we have. I'm gonna have to close this bucket, I think. So there's that. There's that one, and there's this one. Okay. Okay, so there's all 4 of those. Let me jump in here. Let me close my bucket. Wrong close. Let's close my bucket like this. There we go. Let's get out of bucket mode. Get our handbrake off. And let's get over and pick up our stuff and put it where it belongs. Alright, so we are getting our dealio hooked up right here. Bam! Oh wait. Is this the right one? Hold on, I can't see. Oh no, this is the back one. Which one's... Nope, we want this one back to... Holy crap! Look at how strong I am. There's that one. Let's get... Oh, this one. Come on, this one. Right here. And this one. Right there. And we should be good to lift. Uh-oh. Lift. Okay. Oh. We barely get this one off the ground. Barely. It probably wants us to use like the 5-foot cables for this thing, but we did it. If we had the small excavator, I don't even know if this would be possible. But we did it. We did it. It might be too heavy for the small excavator if you think about it. This thing's huge. That one's probably way too small back there. So, but we got it. We got it. I got it backwards, so I got it. Technically, it's appropriate now, but I was gonna turn my machine around, but looks like that's not what we are gonna do, because we're gonna have to bring it over here like this, and then swing it into place. And bam! Look at that, Dunzo! Didn't even knock the buckets over, guys. Look at that. In and out, easy peasy. So there's the conveyor belt dealio. I know it's a conveyor belt, but I think that's called like the bucket lift or something. I don't know. And then this is the actual conveyor belt for the dirt. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna go get that. I didn't realize when I had to cut away, I was running out of fuel, so I actually had to spend some time going and getting fuel. So. That's what I did. That's why you see empty fuel cans in the back of that truck. I'm going to have to drive this over on my own time to fuel this bad boy up, but we should be fine. We've got more than enough gas. So let's go back to this. Drop this down. That should definitely be good enough. Okay, let me pull this one away. This is the front one. Front one goes there. Let's go back one. Bam. Let's go front one. And back one. Alright. So I'm pretty sure we can pick this one up. No problem. Pretty sure. So we should be able to... all the way up. Easy peasy. Bam. And let's move this one all the way back to where this one goes. This one needs to be turned around, though. Alright, we're coming in hot. Oh. Okay, I didn't even... but there we go. Bam. That is in place. That is pretty cool. Alright. So, oops. Let me move our excavator over here. I'm going to take these dealios off of our excavator. And I'm going to grab a... oh, I might need some... of course I'm going to need some stuff to power all of that. So let me figure this out real quick. I'm going to pull these all off. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. And boop, boop. Okay. Let's put that right there. Okay. So I'll leave that on. Not really a big deal. We need a blue switch and a blue switch, of course. That is full. I need to buy a Jenny. I need to buy another Jenny. So, with that said, I think for now... oh, man. I think for now, because we've come to the point where the episode will go long if I do the dump truck deal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go purchase a generator. I'm going to go purchase some cables. I think I have enough cables, but I'm going to purchase some anyways. I'm going to purchase some probably gas tanks for the Jenny that's going to sit over here. I'm going to hook all this stuff up. I'm gonna buy the dump truck, but I'm not gonna use it yet because I want to save that for us to hang out next episode. So that is gonna be it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I like this game a lot. I'm starting to get to the point where I want to do a lot less of the manual stuff and things, but I think here we go. Let's do that. I just want to make it look like there we go, like we appropriately parked it, but. I'm going to shut that bad boy off. Like I said, I'm going to go grab all that stuff, power cables, generator, all that fun stuff, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to hook all this up, get the dump truck, and then I'll probably off camera between now and then also dig out that little area that I was talking about, and then we're going to run a full load of the dump truck and see what happens in the next episode, and then we'll go from there. We still have a sluice box to install, I think, at the end of that. And then pretty much here we're good, and then we can tidy things up here and then move on to another parcel, which is exciting. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look at that gold just ticking up. Beautiful. Until next time, guys. Blow!